This is it. Championship will be determined tonight.
This ain't the amateurs no more. You got a chance to do something great, to be someone great. This is the first step up, kid. Use your feet. Keep your hands up. It's all about heart.
Chronicles rock. Every time some clown gets hurt.
This guy's a friggin' animal. You gotta put this guy on the canvas. Understand? The only way to the title is through me. That's what champions do. They get back up.
Alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the famed New York Arena here in Midtown Manhattan. A much anticipated rematch in our main event, and these fans want to see some hair movement out. Round number one, scheduled for the championship distance of 12. Jones is a real treat for these fans, a pure knockout artist. Every single fight of his career has ended with his hand raised and his opponent down and out.
Now, every one of his fights is like a fire drill. I mean, the bell goes off, and bang, he's rushing to that fire. What's to start the fight?
Lands flush with the two-punch combo by Roy Jones. Well, everybody interested to see what Sugar Ray Robinson brings each and every time in the ring. Teddy, what will you be looking for tonight in facing an unconventional fighter like he is here? Well, huge right hand comes crashing. Big shot. Sugar Ray Robinson looked like one of those kids' punching bags right there. He went down after that power punch.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So now Sugar Ray Robinson has to figure things out. He's been down, he's rising up, and looking to continue on.
You know what, Joe? He has envisioned this moment before. He's laid in bed before fighting and said, what happens if this happens? He knows exactly how he's going to act, exactly how he's going to behave, and he knows he's going to pull it out in a correct way.
Jones is, oh, a big shot home for him. And he goes down for a second time. Does he have enough this time to rise up and continue on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Robinson's back up on his feet. Let's see what he has now. Effective work with that flush overhand right. Good combination to the head. Sugar Ray is hurt, and he's looking to tie up here.
And that's what a great fighter does when he shows his mortality. Even though it happens very seldom, he knows how to survive, how to get through it.
Roy able to block that punch. Scores well to the head with the right hand. And we come to the end of round number 1. Robinson's defense is going to need to shine when he gets back out there. I mean, just look at the close-up of that cut we're seeing.
Yeah, he's got to use his legs. You're right, Joe. He's got to get out there and buy some time for those medicines to work.
Jones is coming through now beautifully. That's the combination punching he wants to put forth. You know, that jab is so basic, so simple, but as you can see, there it is! Wow, he goes down again!
It's going to be called the elevator fight. Up and down all night.
Robinson's corner needs to really get to their man after this round. They need to treat him after that knockdown. They also need to give him some sound advice. Big, big shot comes crashing home. He goes down thanks to that non-stop attack. It's like he was thrown into a blender of punches. And it's all over. Sugar Ray Robinson's night has ended early here. Unable to go the distance, he couldn't rise up and beat the count. Jones is able to defend his title. Thanks for being with us tonight. For my partner, Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. live pay-per-view extravaganza. I'm Joe Tessitore, ringside with Teddy Atlas, and welcome to a sold-out Boardwalk. Round 1 of 12. I wonder if the knockout streak will continue here. Jones has been able to do it throughout his whole career. Knockout man after man, they line up in front of him.
He wastes no time. He goes right out of that corner with one thing in mind. Get rid of that guy.
And Roy blocks that punch. Roy Jones Jr.'s hurt by that. Oh, he's hurt. And yet another big shot comes in. A good knifing punch. That back power hand just scored the knockdown.
One, two, three, four.
Jones is getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. Very accurate two-punch combo by Roy Jones. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Oh, what a whiff by Roy Jones. Good flush shot upstairs.
Keep working the bud.
Fires right back at him. Jones is showing you what it takes to be the best in this business. Good, crisp combos. You know, there's times we've seen this guy fight, Teddy, where he can really make his opponent look silly, aren't there?
Yeah, there are, and usually it's in the center of the ring when there's distance because, you know, he has great speed, he has great athletic ability, terrific sense of anticipation, timing. He needs space to bring those things to the party, so to speak. But you get up against the ropes, all those things go away. They all go south. And now all of a sudden the playing field evens for the other guy.
Right on the mark with the hook up top. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Doubles up the jab to the head. Roy Jones Jr. is just bubbling over with confidence now. Hey, that happens when you score a knockdown in the last round.
Yeah, it does. I mean, that's nothing greater than that. I mean, that's like somebody, that's like your boss coming and say, hey, here's a bonus out of nowhere. You feel pretty darn good.
Is our boss coming to do that?
No, they don't do that.
Oh, come on. Nicely timed 1-2.
Come on, get bumped.
Jones is not skipping a beat. He came out just the way he finished up last round.
Yeah, what I like is that he's a thinking man's fighter, and his corner gave him probably good advice. They know that the opponent only had 60 seconds to recover, and they're figuring it wasn't enough time.
He is not in good shape. Solid. And he goes down again. Will he get up from this? Jones is back up on his feet. What will he look like in the next few moments? Wow! You never saw this in the early half of the career of Roy Jones Jr. He got clipped with a power shot and couldn't withstand it.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
It's over. The fight is over. Roy Jones Jr.'s unable to get up and continue on. And Roy is still the champ of the world. welcome you to World Championship pay-per-view action. Opening round here, scheduled for 12. The excitement in the air is palpable, and the fans have good reason to be. Jones has won every single one of his fights by knockout.
Yeah, and I think the anticipation in the air is twofold. One is, are they going to see another knockout? The other is, what happens if he hits his opponent?
Did you see that? Unable to handle that combination. He is down on the canvas. Rising back up. That takes some guts. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Turner. Well-placed double jab. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Teddy, I'm assuming many times in your career, you were... Look at that! He was able to get up and continue on last time. Now he goes down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turner's going to keep taking this test, rising up after being knocked down. A shooting right hand by Turner. And now he's targeting upstairs. Jones's blocking ability is doing well for him there. If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. is trying to survive this. He is taking a beating right now. That one good... Turner stunned it. What a big shot. Well, he's been there before, and now he's there again. He got floored.
He can't afford to keep going on that floor. You have to wonder when the referee's going to step in now and stop this.
That's it. It's over. Fight is over. Roy Jones Jr.'s done it. How about that? A first-round knockout victory. Roy Jones Jr. maintains his lofty status as champ. alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to Vegas, where they do it bigger and better than any other city when it comes to the big-time fights. We're at the Thomas and Mack Center. This, the site. This is a 12-rounder. Here's round number one. Everyone knows what can take place with this guy. Jones has knocked out every opponent he's faced. Will the streak continue tonight?
But what his opponent wants to know is what's important. What happens when he comes out and he can't hit me? How's he going to act then?
Well-placed, well-timed combo up top. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Scores up top with a left. Good flush shot by Jake LaMotta. Roy Jones Jr.'s work in training camp is now paying. Solid, perfectly executed combination. LaMotta's down. He's going to have to beat the count. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Halfway through this round, now that is fighting right there, and smart fighting, landing all 4 punches.
Defense, more defense.
Be interested to see early on here how much an advantage there is with speed. Jones is full of it. He has blazing hands, Teddy. Jake LaMotta's hurt bad by a right hand. Teddy, I think he's going to go down. I think he's going to go down after getting tagged right there.
He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he's like a guy that's caught in a hailstorm. He's trying to get to the other side of the street, but he just doesn't know where it is now.
Roy Jones Jr. is the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Committing to the head work, you see him go there again. 3 minutes gone by in this round. Now that he's back in the corner and we get a close-up look, Jake LaMotta's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady, the same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
You know, you go out there, a fighter like this, you were just knocked down in the last round. Now you got to go out there, you got to prove to your opponent, hey, I'm fine. You got to prove to the whole arena, hey, look at me, I'm fine. You also have to prove a lot to yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you have to remember, that's a good question, but you have to remember this fighter has been there before. So just remember.
Big shot he just scored with. LaMotta's rocked by a brilliant combination.
That's what happens when you have your chin up in the air like a lantern in a storm.
And now he's down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Listen. Oh, and there you go. How is he going to survive this? Once again, he hits the deck.
He's going to have to find a way.
It's over. This fight is over. Roy Jones Jr.'s power just much too much for his opponent. Another knockout for him. And Roy is still the champ of the world. For Teddy Atlas, this... our pay-per-view special. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. And we welcome you to the Thomas & Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip. Such history has been made here through the years. And now we add more. They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. Jones is feeling pressure, and he has to be feeling the pressure because all the talk all week has been about the knockout streak. He's won every fight by knockout.
Well, there's been a little other talk, too. They've been talking about how the national anthem is usually longer than his fights.
See him timing that double jab to the head. Now he ties up there. He's talked about it openly. His opponent says, hey, I'm going to stay on the outside. I'm going to try to use my movement and my jab against Roy.
Yeah, he's going to have a problem, though, his opponent, because on the outside is where you can really show the asset of speed. And Jones has probably more speed than anybody in the division.
Jones's combination punching is working well here. Not able to land the headshot. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it.
Stay on the outside.
Rock'em, sock'em robots right from the start here, Teddy.
No defense, just pure offense.
Now he's putting his punches together. The combination upstairs. Little head knocking with that right hand. Hearns has got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Jones is really impressing us here tonight. That last round, boy, he was on top of his game and all over his opponent. Laid out some serious damage there.
Yeah, I noticed that he's starting to land that uppercut a little bit. The only thing that I wouldn't be satisfied with what he did the last round. I would just look forward for confidence to do more as sort of a good roadmap to maybe even get a knockout victory here. Put something on top of those uppercuts. You know the uppercut's landing. Now put something up top.
Around the wing, baby.
That is exactly what the corner wanted to see. A good combination punch by Tommy Hearns. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Good, solid right hand by Roy Jones. Jones is putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tool because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Roy Jones Jr. is putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Roy Jones. Well, something's got to stick. He sends the combination to the body. Good return fire that time. Roy Jones, he said he was going to do a big shot there. He goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it.
work, kid. Good job there, bro. Real nice.
There you go.
You need to capitalize on his misses, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Now, make him pay for his misses.
A new round underway here. Hearns is hoping that he doesn't make a defensive flaw like he did in the last round. That cost him a knockdown.
See, that's where another set of eyes come in. That's where you depend on your corner. They're calm enough. They can see something that you didn't see, as hopefully the corner has told him what he did wrong.
Tommy Hearns blocks that punch. Roy Jones Jr.'s strategy coming in was to land a lot of jabs. Teddy, you got to grade him out with an A here.
Maybe even an A+, Joe. That plus is the right hand. Once the jab has been there, bang, the right hand came just when it was supposed to. Give him an A+.
Range. Pick your feet up. Let's move.
There he is from long range using that jab.
So if you're on the outside, say at a picnic, you want to keep those insects away, you use insect repellent. While you're on the outside as a fighter, you want to keep your opponent away, that jab, that's the way to go.
Good exchange, he fires back.
Hook off the jab.
Jones is showing you that sublime skill right. Tommy Hearns is, oh! This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down. Hearns is back up, but is he back in the fight?
We're going to find out in a second whether or not he moves his head. Now, if he just stands there straight and you're the trainer, you better get up on those steps and stop it. He's not right.
Double jab by Roy Jones. Right to the head with that right. The combo lands upstairs.
That is it. That's it. I need another round like that. Just like that.
Interesting first 3 rounds we've seen so far. Tommy Hearns is willing to engage in the fight. He's willing to throw punches, but he's losing every round.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw punches, but it's kind of like spitting in the wind. You know, you could spit, but if the wind's blowing at you, it's going to come back and hit you in the face, and that's exactly what's happening here. He's throwing punches from the wrong direction, from the wrong distance, and they're coming back and hitting him right in the face.
Again to the melon. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Hearns is in bad shape now. You can see the damage he's been taking. You know he got knocked down earlier, but still, it's getting worse and worse as things continue.
And I think...
Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. He's in bad shape. Maybe a punch or 2 more, and he's on the canvas. Teddy, what does he need to think about now?
Well, one of the things that he can't think about, he'd love to run away. He'd love to get away from what's hurting him. His legs are not solid enough, so he's going to have to find a way to tie up.
Jones is not just loading up. He's landing combination punches like he did right there. And banging away he goes. Knocked down again. Unreal.
Now you gotta wonder what the corner's thinking. Are they gonna stop this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's it. The fight is over. Roy Jones Jr.'s corner is already celebrating. His opponent unable to beat the count. Roy Jones Jr. maintains his lofty status as champ.